Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mediak. We didn't have a delay this time, which is kind of a shock. At least a shock over the last couple of weeks, which is okay. My goal is to get through the series without having to delay an episode or anything like that. As usual, we got your boy Skylar over to the right, Chandler over to the left, and me down here. We have a guest star, my girlfriend over there, who's going to be making an appearance at some point on the podcast. Either at the end or if she feels free to chime in because she actually watched the movie with me too. I was gonna say us, but you guys were not there for it.
Yeah, we were
That is true. Yeah, we all watched it in G's
in Zach's basement.
parents. No, it was G's parents' basement.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
My
While
bad. I
while
forgot
while
to die.
G worked from home, we all were there. Chandler and Skylar. They took a day off of school.
I zoomed in so I could be there.
That's true. Yeah, actually, Chandler wasn't there in person. He had to link conference is.
I had to send it to Chandler.
Yeah, exactly. Skylar, talk about the movie. What did we watch? Catch everyone up who decided to not watch last episode.
Oh, so last week we watched Pirates of the Caribbean 1.
Which was called?
That's a good question.
The Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yes, Curse of the Black Pearl.
Right.
And this one is Pirates of the Caribbean 2 or Dead Man's Chest.
Was that Scout? Holy crap, Chandler! Show her. Show the creature right now. Was that Scout?
She's running.
Oh my god, dude, I love her. Look at her. Oh, your camera's out of focus.
It will focus on Scout.
It needs to. Keep talking, Sky. Oh, there she is. Oh my god, I love her. That's Scout. That's Chandler's puppy. She's the best thing on this entire planet.
She recognizes you guys because she's like staring at the
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss her. I miss her so much. Skylar, I'm not gonna lie. So we were going in predictions, me and G, on how you feel about this movie. And we both came to the conclusion that we think that both you guys like this one more than the last one.
Okay. We'll see.
You could say it. You could say it straight. Not every episode has to be a mystery on whether or not Skylar liked the movie.
Okay.
Did you watch it with Caden this time?
Well, part and part not.
Okay.
Because I did, and then Caden left to play NCAA, and then he came back as the movie ended.
Nice.
Because football was starting.
Hell yeah, dude. So he watched just the tail end of it. Nice.
Yeah, he watched the first 30 and the last 10.
So I guess it didn't hook him enough like the first one to make him watch the entire thing.
I don't know. We were also very hungry, so that was our main concern at the moment.
How does that impact the movie watching experience at all?
You clearly have not seen Caden hungry.
Okay, I guess that's completely fair because he's not my brother. But I don't know. Did you like the movie?
Yeah, I did like the movie.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, did you think it was better than the first one?
A little bit, yeah.
That's true. So how I think about this movie is it's definitely more entertaining. G actually brought up an insanely good point a little bit earlier today. This is like the Spider-Verse franchise a little bit, where it's like a really solid first movie and then followed up by a part 1 and then a part 2, which is pretty neat. I don't know if this is going to be controversial, but I do think that this franchise handles that a little bit better than what Spider-Verse did. I'm not saying that Spider-Verse is worse.
I would agree.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Spider-Verse did cut off in the middle of a fight.
Yeah.
And this one did at least cut off with
them losing, it was like it was a definitive Infinity War, they lost. I guess also kind of the Dark Knight kinda he didn't lose in that, he won in that, but he was seen as a bad guy or whatever. But I don't know, it still was a conclusive story if they never made a third one. But in Spider-Verse, if they never made a third Spider-Verse, it's gonna feel so empty for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would agree.
I guess we haven't heard. What would you say?
It sounds like you know. You said you didn't know, but it sounds like you do know.
I'm saying shit, but I'm saying I know. I mean, I don't know. Just in case someone disagrees with me, then they have no longer the right to disagree with me anymore because I said I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you're the host of Mediak. Stand by your word.
You're right. My bad. I'm sorry. We haven't heard what Chandler thinks. He's just been sitting there nodding his head the entire time. Maybe he hated the movie and didn't like it as much as
Yeah,
the first
Chandler
one.
definitely despises this
Yeah,
movie. He hates
totally.
pirates.
That's the reason why I chose this franchise.
He likes
There's a
Johnny
give
Depp.
and take with this movie. I walked into it with high hopes, expectations,
Hmm.
and I don't think all of that was met.
That's fair, yeah.
But I think what I love the most about the movie is its CGI.
Oh yeah, dude. Last episode I said to watch out for the beginning, and I was completely wrong. What I meant to say is look for Davy Jones's introduction. The scene where he's like, "Do you fear death?" Like that is the best looking CG in the history of CGs, and it's from 2007. Like that's just insane.
I love his little
Mhm.
hair tentacles. They're
Yeah,
so good.
it's so good, all of it,
Everything's moving. There's like it's like never stagnant,
and it looks
always
real.
dynamic. Yeah, it does.
It looks
The
so
only
real.
the only CGI that I noticed was the tentacles from the Kraken. Those kind of look like some
Yeah,
PS4 cutscenes
and
at
some
the
of
time.
I think the guy with the hammerhead guy, he didn't exactly look realistic,
Mhm.
but it's kind of impossible to make that character look realistic. So I'm not like upset about it. It's just kind of how it
So
is.
I thought the Kraken CG actually looked kind of solid for what it would have been,
Dude,
and
It's
being
pretty
like,
good. It's pretty good.
yeah, and then you
I
guys are like,
ignored all
that's
of the
the
issues
only
because
one I
it's the
noticed.
Kraken, bro. Like that's sick. What's more piratey than that? This
Well,
was
no, I'm
like the
saying
most pirate. I
like
know
the
that, but
CG of
oh,
the
you
Kraken
you just
didn't
straight
look
up thought
bad to
it didn't have
me.
any flaws at all.
Well, no, it had some flaws. I don't think it's
Yeah,
the
and
best
I'm
one, but I
saying like
was
I
like,
just
hey, it's
ignored
not
the
that
flaws
bad.
because I just was like it's a sick thing that's happening. It
It
still
had
looked
jiggle
good.
physics.
Yeah, it looked better than a lot of some Marvel movies. I wouldn't say a lot of Marvel movies, but like
There was a certain part where like the tentacles slammed on the ship and it like waved
yeah.
after it made contact. Like it had jiggle physics.
And
That was noticeable.
Chandler was like, "No, I don't like that. That is super fair." I one of my
No,
favorite things. Oh,
I
sorry,
thought
good.
that was good. I thought that was good.
You
There was
like
just
that?
some
Okay.
moments. No, that was like good CGI. The
Okay.
jiggle
Okay.
like physics was good. I'm just saying that there was sometimes when the tentacles like I think appeared straight up
Hmm.
and waving in the air. It definitely didn't look like it was
Or
real.
Right.
whenever the Kraken was behind Captain Jack Sparrow, whenever he was the only one on the ship, and it looked like a clear green screen.
Oh, totally. But who cares? Like just that
Yeah,
concept is really. Oh, dude, look at her. Look at her like rolling.
I'll do it right now.
She's so cute. Oh my god. Oh, she's an adorable creature. What was I saying? I mean, just like the concept of Captain Jack Sparrow staring down the Kraken is just sick. I really
Mhm.
thought that was awesome. A great way to end the movie.
I like to get his hat back.
Yeah, he. That is true. That is
dig it,
pretty
my bad.
important. One thing that about the end of the movie, actually, I'm gonna go there. One thing I don't like is Barbosa like coming back in its entirety, and also the monkey being immortal still doesn't make
I
any
like the
sense.
monkey.
The monkey's funny. I like the monkey, but like Barbosa and the monkey are my personal biggest gripes with the movie because it just is like we like
And
this
what was the
from the
last movie?
original one, so we have to bring it over and keep it, regardless of if it makes sense or not. So,
Well, I have questions about that.
yep.
When is the monkey still a skeleton,
I don't know.
or is
Maybe she used the skeleton parts, like she used the skeleton energy or whatever to summon Barbosa back, or I don't remember what it was, but I don't
At the
know.
end of the movie, the monkey was not a skeleton. The monkey was
In the
shown as
moonlight,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
but he
yeah.
was still in Moonlight?
Yeah, he was in the moonlight and he wasn't a
So
skeleton.
who lived the curse?
I don't know. Maybe the Oracle like took the curse and like used it to summon back Barbosa. Again, I'm thinking they only did it because people liked it and Disney had the
I
order and
like
they.
Barba.
I
I
do like
really like.
Barbosa. I love Barbosa. But like think about how awesome Barbosa would be if he never made it to the fourth movie,
Yeah,
Chandler.
I agree. I agree.
Like yeah, like regardless of if
Really?
he I guess that is a spoiler. I guess that technically is a spoiler. But like
The baby,
Chad, can we get this guy out of
but
here?
I should have said if he died in the
delete the
first
bug.
movie. I meant like his character being ruined. It just is. I don't know.
It's always gonna ruin something like that, but still, I love his character so much
Yeah,
that I'm not complaining too much.
he's pretty sick, dude. He really is. And the way that this movie and even more so, I'm really excited for next movie because the world expanding is so amazing. I really like how the new villain is the guy who branded Jack as a pirate. I thought that
Mhm.
was such like an interesting way to introduce us back into this world and have us have a new character. And I really like how the Commodore got reprimanded for doing the thing that happened at the end of the first movie. Like that just
Mhm.
brings everything full circle. It was really well done. Uh, for the most part, I think some of the writing isn't as good as the first movie. Like a lot of actually, I can't even say that because there's that bit in the first movie where they take the boat underwater, and obviously that doesn't make any goddamn sense. Like that isn't real. So I can't. I guess I
Yeah.
can't hold it too hard. Like I was thinking about the wheel moment where they're like fighting on the wheel as they're going. Like
That
yeah,
was
that's
cool, though.
cool, but
That
it's
was
just
cool.
yeah. But it was one of those moments that I was like, okay, I don't think that could really happen. I had a handful of those, and
I'm
obviously
not gonna lie.
hmm.
I would have thought that was gonna be one of your favorites because for the most part, it looked like majority of it was like longer takes.
Dude,
I mean,
yeah,
it
it,
wasn't
it
just
was
like
really
quick
sick.
edits.
Like that moment, it was really awesome. Just for some reason, I don't know why that didn't
I
click
was gonna
with me.
say
I loved
I
it
would have
as a
been like
kid.
so certain
No,
that it
I
was like
loved
one
it
of your
as a kid.
favorites.
I like I mainly just like the lore in the movie. Something was I don't like it as much as the first one. I don't know why. Especially on this watch, it just didn't hook me as much as the first Pirates did. Like I look at that first Pirates movie as like nearly a perfect adventure, and I think this one's really fun. I just I don't know. It's definitely more entertaining. You know, like you could
Yeah,
definitely watch
for
this
sure.
one with your brain off, but it also is a lot longer. Um,
Not a lot. It's like
30 minutes
what? Like
longer,
no, it's like 20.
isn't it?
Okay,
I
I
thought
guess
the
that's
first
yeah,
one's
close to
only
30.
the first one's only 2 hours, and this one was 2 hours and 30 minutes.
I thought it was 2:15 to 2 like 30.
Oh, was it? I don't know. I don't know.
I'll
I thought
check
the
real quick.
cinematography in this movie was really beautiful. Like I thought they had some really nice shots, and a lot of the color grading was so good that I thought it was filmed on digital sometimes, but it was actually
It's actually 8 minutes longer.
is it
It's 2
really?
hours, 23 minutes to 2 hours, 31 minutes.
Okay, I think that adds more to like my feelings towards it because I thought the first one was more brisk, you know. Like I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know. I really I do like this one a lot. I thought it was really enjoyable, and I thought the way that the world was great. And Jack is always amazing. The Commodore is great. I thought Elizabeth really shined in this one. Davy Jones,
My thought.
fantastic, and it's one of the the vibe of pirates is so incredible, and it's even heightened like that much more in this movie because of how much world we've gotten with them and how many pirates we have now inside of them. It like fighting, just I don't know. I really don't know why it didn't click with me this time around. I know I like. I've recently watched the third one, so I know I like that one. So I'm going into that one with high hopes. So I guess we'll
Another
see.
spoiler.
Like, what the? I didn't even. How is that even a spoiler? It's
I
kind
know
of
you like the
whatever.
movie now.
That's true. I guess that's fair. I did actually like the scene at the beginning of the movie. Shortly after he got the mark on his hands, and he was just like, "I have to go," and he lost his hat, and they were like, "No, we have to get your hat," and he's like, "No, no, we have to go," and everyone just paused for a moment, and we were just like, "Oh shit, this is big. This is important." He doesn't want his hat. That was
Yeah.
great.
And what they were saying, like, they like, "If ill will falls upon Jack, ill will fall upon us all." Is that, like, what they were saying at the beginning? Is that
Was that an
might have
exact
been that
quote?
scene?
Then I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, probably.
Well, I don't know if it was that, but that was, like, the
Might have
roughly
been
what they
that
were
scene.
saying, right?
Yeah, something
Like
like that. So like the funny thing is like this is kind of almost exactly like actually I guess this would be a gripe towards Mission Impossible because it's so similar to the most recent Chandler, did you ever watch that Mission Impossible?
It's
It
so good.
yeah, I love that movie. It's amazing. But it's the same thing, you know, it's a part 1 where the goal of the movie was to get a key.
Mhm.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. That just reminded me of one of the greatest moments at the end of the movie where he was like, I got a jar of dirt, I've got a jar of
yes,
dirt, and guess
I
what's
wrote that
inside
down.
it? Yeah, I figured you would write that down. All right, someone else has to start saying things about the movie now because I'm running out of points.
And what are some of your favorite
There
parts
we
about this
go.
movie?
Thank you, Skylar. I was
I
floundering. Holy shit.
I do have some favorite parts. I what I liked a lot was Jack hiding.
Mm-hmm.
That's really prevalent in the Disney ride, if you've ever ridden it.
Mm.
Like like whenever you told me that news about it, the ride coming first, that was intriguing
Right.
and
Yeah.
good knowledge because I don't know. I can kind of see that in this movie. In the ride, he's constantly hiding. He's always ducking, hiding
Huh.
in a barrel or around a corner or something like that. And I thought he was doing that a lot in this movie, right? When he was trying to avoid the Kraken, or just I feel like he was just avoiding people, especially whenever he had that branch with the
Right.
Commodore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It reminded me a lot of the ride.
I
But
just
again, that's all I
remembered the
know.
specific moment that lost me in the movie. And sorry, Chandler, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Mhm.
I was really looking for it earlier. It was the chief moment. Like I for some reason I just lost interest whenever he became the chief of the island and they had that little side mission. Like yeah, that's great, cool adventure. But for some reason my brain just was like I'm not interested in this. And it was I don't know. It wasn't as cool as the Davy Jones stuff. Continue,
I'm gonna
sorry.
be 100% honest with you. I felt the same way. Whenever I got to
Oh,
that moment, I was like, "Oh, this is in this movie,"
yeah,
or if something like that. Like I remembered it was gonna happen, but I didn't know. I forgot it was this one.
yeah.
So I immediately was like, I paused. I was like, "Damn, I really got to get through these next 30 minutes or 20 minutes." But I grew. I ended up enjoying it a little bit. I
I
thought it was
didn't
funny.
think that though, because I actually I remember really enjoying those scenes as a kid. Um, I don't know. I just there's something about it whenever I watched it this time that didn't click with me. Like, I didn't find it enjoyable that moment where he like fell down the thing. Not that I
Actually, I
didn't
love that a
hate
lot.
it.
I love
You
that
like
one a
that
lot.
one?
I
Like
like
I
going
don't
back
know.
this time.
I just was like all right. Like I get Jack's luck and everything, but um that one I just didn't. I could believe the boat and the one I said earlier, but that one, my brain's just like no.
It was like a fun little
It
detour
was a fun
from
detour,
the
yeah,
movie.
but like the movie would be also probably better without it, you know, because it was a
Yeah.
substantial bit of time.
It was kind of almost like a nothing burger because they
A
ended
little
up
bit,
just
yeah.
getting on and then
Leaving,
getting back, leaving the ship and then getting back on the ship. Like,
yeah,
what
exactly.
really did happen
He was
except
like, I got to
for
get
the
to land,
fun?
and then he got the land, and he was like, this is not land that I want to be on, so I'm going back
Yeah.
out into the water.
Yeah, he was just trying to avoid the Kraken, right? So
Yeah,
I guess it kind of makes sense. Like that, like
yeah,
you're
but like,
understanding like
why didn't
live
he
like
just immediately go back on the boat if he just needed to get to land for a short period of time?
I have no idea. I have no idea how he even got caught. Like they never explained that.
Yeah,
Or
I
is it
mean
just
it's
spec?
okay. I
Also, how did those two pirates just end up swimming
all the way
home?
there. I think it's
Like
because they
what?
were popular in the first movie, Chandler.
I agree, but
They made it
what
there
kind of
through the
plot
power
armor is
of
that?
plot armor.
How do you make it across the whole ocean in that
Yeah,
little?
they rode that damn boat all the way across the ocean.
Um, yeah, I like that. I actually did kind of like that part. And there's a couple other things I had. Here I wrote down Jack pole vaulting was funny,
Yeah,
especially I
it
like
was.
him flip out. He was just ah with the pole on his back. I thought that was good.
I
That
liked
was so
all of
good.
like every time he talked in their language. I liked the way
Oh, yeah,
he just he did it so naturally. It was so
he literally
smooth
did, and he
as
knew what he
him.
meant, and he
Yeah,
doesn't even know he meant. Like
yeah, it was so great.
I think I wrote it down. Boogie's. Oh wait, he's
He's
like
good.
bliki liki, bliki liki.
Okay, Chandler.
Um,
Chandler, I mean Skylar, what are some of the stuff that you've written down?
I really like the emphasis on the compass in this one. It was
Mm.
so sick. It
Chandler
was like
likes that
every
too. Yeah.
time. Yeah, I was gonna say every time he like didn't know what to do, he instantly whipped out the compass and was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, what do I actually want?" And then
that compass is powerful. I
It was
wanted
the
it
piece of
myself.
lore that wasn't explained in the first one, so they were like, we need to cover this like ASAP.
Mm.
I also really like how Davy Jones and his crew look.
Yeah.
Like I think it like is very fitting. And then um
Oh,
I think it
Mr.
was the first time we
Skarsgård
see
is
the Flying Dutchman. You can kind of see like little like I don't know if it's I don't know if they wanted to go be like ghostly aura or like little like
yeah, probably.
clouds. Like yeah, but I liked how it looked with the ship and I think it was like
Yeah,
I was like, huh, that actually
it's a
could be
sick
something that's
design.
like out now. Yeah.
It's
I
a
think oh,
really
that could
sick
actually be like
design.
passed for out right now. Um I well, it's already been said, but I will say it again. I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt, and guess what's inside? I got a jar of dirt, and guess what's inside it? It was hilarious to me.
The point whenever he was shaking the dirt and he didn't know that like what was up with the heart. He was like, "Where's the thump thump?"
Yeah.
G pointed that one out, and that was funny.
Um, what was it? I also like whenever he first got the jar of dirt,
Hmm.
he's like, "What do I need a jar of dirt for? Like, what is this gonna help me with?" And she's like, "If you don't want it, and give it back. He's like, "No, I want it.
No,
I
it's
want
mine.
it."
Yeah.
Yeah, he instantly wanted it the second that she said, "Give it back."
Yeah. That's
And
always
I thought
great.
that was pretty funny. But also the entirety of just the three-person sword fight was sick to me. Not like
Yeah.
obviously past the
No, I've forgiven
barrels.
it. I like it now. I've forgiven it. My gripe with the movie was the island.
Okay.
That was what was bothering me. I figured it out in my brain.
Okay, I'm glad because I really liked it because I thought
I
it was
for, I,
so
for,
cool how
I
it started and then it continued through and it was like constantly shifting like who was actually like the
Yeah,
bad
what was
guy.
going on? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the ultimate purpose was to get the key. And I know Chance said it earlier whenever he was like sneaking around. And I like whenever he was sneaking on top of the building, like behind the fighting, just trying to grab the key and get out of there.
Yeah.
And then what else did I what was the other? Oh, whenever the William was like, guard the chest to Elizabeth, and she was like, no, and then just ran away from him. And then the
Yeah,
chest ended up getting
dude.
stolen.
That was also something I was gonna bring up. I was gonna bring up because we've talked about Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow so much, but we didn't even mention Orlando Bloom and help. Oh, what's her name?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth's name. Keira Knightley. As Elizabeth and Will, because they're great. And then they added a bunch of other side
Elizabeth.
characters into it, like Bill Skarsgård
Elizabeth
as is it Bill? Bill Skarsgård. What? Yeah, I think it's Bill. It's Bill Skarsgård as Bootstrap Bill. That he's a great actor and great character. The Commodore is also great. He was in the last one though. The new villain, and then also who's the actor who plays Davy Jones? They all like killed the guy who plays Davy Jones. He would. Huh? Oh, Stellan Skarsgård. Stellan Skarsgård is the name of Bootstrap Bill. Bill is the one who's it. He's the it man. The guy who plays Davy Jones, that CG would have been way worse if it was a different actor, because like you can see the different facial movements within like the octopus. It's kind of hard to tell what I mean by that, but like you can tell that
Lips moving.
yeah, exactly. Sometimes whenever he's irritated and it like quivers a little bit, that's definitely coming from the actor and not like someone from the CG team being like, we have to make that do that. It's 100% the actor. That's the reason to do stuff practically like that and just like mocap them inside of the
so
moment.
good.
It really
looks so
does. It really does. And
I
look,
was
the behind the scenes is insane because it's just a guy in a suit, you know, like a morph suit essentially with dots on his face, and he's just surrounded by all these pirates. It's interesting how they're able to turn that into that, especially with the way that the octopus tentacles interact with everyone. You know, crazy, impressive. Actually, I don't think Disney could do it today.
You can call me a casual, but I did not see the Elizabeth twist coming in. Whenever she was like, I thought something was a little weird, but I was like, didn't know what. I was like, oh, this seems like a weird time to do this. They're all
It's not
trying to get
casual.
away.
That was done on
And
purpose.
then obviously she handcuffed him, and I was like, oh, you wouldn't. And then they all like drove away. Oh, okay.
drove.
They didn't drive away. They didn't swim
But
away.
in the third gear,
Rowed? Would row
yeah,
away?
I get. Yeah, they sailed away.
They boated.
Sailed away
They
was
sailed
the one
away.
I was looking for.
The sailed away is the one
Did
you were
they
thinking of.
sail though?
Yeah, there's a
No.
sailboat.
There wasn't a sailboat
I
though.
don't
It was a
think it has sail
rowboat.
on it.
It was a
I think
rowboat.
was a rowboat.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Hey, what do you
sailed
think
away
about
is
that,
not the right
Skylar? What
one.
do you think is gonna happen now that Jack's dead?
He's not dead.
How do you know that?
I don't know if you know this, Zach. There is a fourth movie,
And a fifth, actually.
So-
There's a fifth movie.
It's a prequel though.
The fifth movie
well.
has prequel elements in it.
I was just joking. I was just kind of fooling with Skylar.
Yeah.
for a second. It's just-
Skylar, what do you think happened? What do you tell me? Give me your theories.
Um,
For anyone who
well,
hasn't watched the last episode, Skylar has never seen the Pirates movies. This is his first experience with them. Jack's
Yeah,
dead. Explain.
No, he's not. He's not dead.
How did he survive?
So obviously he had a sword, and he's going. That's my first part. Second,
He fought it. He was like, ah.
I am assuming
Right.
since the Kraken fully closed its mouth that Jack
Okay.
is inside fighting.
Okay. He's gonna stab it on
Um,
the way out.
I was thinking he was just gonna, cut it to the point where it just throws him back up. But I feel like he definitely has some type of plan. Like I know he doesn't have the heart
Mm-hmm.
because I thought was it the Commodore that grabbed it? No. Was it who grabbed the heart from the jar of dirt from the rowboat whenever Jack was fighting with an oar?
You're right, the Commodore.
Okay, I was right. So he I didn't think he grabbed it. I assumed he was gonna grab the chest, but he noticed the dirt, and then
Mhm,
I was like, okay, does he actually put two and two together, or just think the jar of dirt just fell? Like, right?
mhm.
Um,
Yeah,
but
Commodore is kind of smart for that. I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of people would look over that dirt.
yeah, like
Underrated.
I would have.
Underrated character in
Yeah.
this movie.
So I'm assuming he has that, and Captain Jack Sparrow being who he is, I think he's going to use the Kraken to get back to the Commodore some way, somehow.
Hmm.
And he's going to be like, you have something I want. And then he's going to take it back.
I guess
And then,
I guess time will tell at
Mm.
World's
yeah,
End.
I'm going to be honest. I don't exactly know
You have no
or
idea
have
what's
like
gonna happen?
I really don't have a solid guess, but I have a very, very, very strong feeling that Captain Jack Sparrow is not dead and he had at least somewhat of a plan to jump inside of the Kraken. He seems like a man who very rarely goes on a whim.
I don't know how your opinions of the entire movie are gonna be, but the conclusion of the next movie is like up there with action endings. It's really
Yeah,
great. I think
yeah.
even if you hate the entirety of the movie, I don't think it'll be possible for you to not enjoy the end of the next
Yeah,
movie.
I thought you were gonna say something completely different. I thought you were gonna tell me that this is one of the worst endings
No,
coming
no,
up.
no, no, no.
Okay.
This is a fantastic trilogy. We just trying really hard to pretend that it's a trilogy. That's what fans of pirates do.
That's
Okay.
me with Kung Fu Panda too.
Yeah, we just stop. We think it stops at the second one.
Um yeah, I'm gonna go back to it. Elizabeth was awesome in the first movie, and now she is my op for what she did to Captain Jack Sparrow.
No, dude,
And
she's a
then
girl
she
boss, dude.
lied.
I like.
No, she's
I'm not
not.
gonna. I mean, you gotta. It's the pirate. It's pirate code, dude. You gotta just honor it. You know, he was outsmarted. That's kind of
Fair.
how it was.
He was outsmarted, but I'm hoping karma bites back hard.
That's not
That is
karma.
her.
It's just he just
It
got
will be.
outsmarted. He sold her.
It's
He
gonna.
literally sold Will out in that movie to Davy Jones.
I mean, yeah, but
what?
again,
What
I
does that
like
mean?
Captain Jack
He
Sparrow.
literally was like, you're like Elizabeth. You know, I think these are some
No.
double standards going right here.
Yeah, you're damn right there are. It's
All
my
right,
opinion.
all
And
right, all right,
Will
all
and
right.
Elizabeth are getting karma. Whenever Captain Jack Sparrow does it, I don't care. I look the other way.
All
Whenever
right.
they do it to him, I'm not letting that fly.
Okay, okay, okay. As long as you're honest with it, that's just how it
If
is.
I
Yeah,
have
I
if I
completely
have
am.
one if I can hop on this Greg train, the one thing I have against Elizabeth, and it's the only thing I dislike about her character,
My
is
guy.
she makes this weird duck baby face that I just detest.
No,
Like
I get
I
what you
literally
mean.
hate
I
it.
don't hate it. I know what you're talking about though.
She does it so much.
She
I just
does,
don't
yeah.
like it though. I
I
don't
don't
like it.
mind.
I don't like it.
I didn't. You remember the part? I kind of cringed, but I giggle cringed at that moment where they're all fighting and she like pretends to faint. I was like, really? Did you honestly think that was gonna work? Come on, dude. Like I
She's
honestly thought to it made me giggle, but it also made me cringe to the point that I thought to myself, did that really need to be in the movie?
like,
But in a good way. I don't know. I don't know why. All right,
I have a
that
couple
was
more things
good.
again. I have a couple things to say.
He has a couple things to say. He's gonna say it
Some
now.
good
Go.
things. I usually don't like movies with dark scenes because it's just hard to see, and usually I have lights on the house, so it's like I'm never ready
Yeah,
for
but
the
it was
darkest
lit
of
well.
scenes.
You know, just because the
I was
scene is
I was gonna get to that. I was gonna
yeah.
get to how I just loved it. No matter what, no matter how dark it was, you could still see the costumes
Yeah.
and whatnot, and I just loved it. Like the lighting they had was perfect.
It was
For sure.
great. Yeah.
I took what you said by dark scenes the other way. I
You
was
meant
like,
like
"What are you talking
emotionally
about?"
dark.
Yeah, and I was like, "Chandler, what are you
Yeah,
talking
this
about?"
is
And you're like,
peak
"It was
Disney,
so."
dude.
Yeah,
Before
and then,
Disney got I don't know.
and then he's like, "Yeah, but, like, I had lights on in the house." I'm like, "Chandler, what does that have to do with anything?" And then, but, like, and then he's like, "But I could still see the costumes." And I'm like, "Oh my goodness,
I
I
get it now. I get
deserve
it.
that."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, all the pieces, they're connecting. Um,
I
Keep it
like the
going.
bit when they brought up hide the rum again.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Elizabeth,
yeah.
hide the rum. Right. Yeah. That was a great moment. Yeah, because she
So,
gets rid of
Zach,
all of it. Yes. It was
what
Will
would
they
you
had
rate
the
this movie?
it was Will they had
What
to watch out for though, because he was the one that got rid of the rum this time because he used it for the bomb. He used it to shoot the cannons. All right, continue.
yeah.
Sorry, what was it?
What would you rate this movie out of 10?
That's a fucking hard question because I kept like since watching it, I've been going back and forth between a bunch of different numbers. I don't think it's gotten up to the 9, which is where the other one was at. I've kind of bounced it somewhere between a 7 and an 8. So I think I'm gonna have to give it a 7.5, I guess. Just like to hit it right in the middle.
Chandler, what are you thinking?
so I gave last movies an 8.5 with the expectation of this being a 9. I did it for that reason.
Mhm.
And this was sadly not a 9 for me. It was more closer to an 8.
Okay.
Okay, I will say I gave this an 8.5. I liked this one. I could see myself just casually throwing this on
No,
in the
that's super fair.
background.
Like, not
Like, I could
I
definitely do
love
that.
the adventure. It just maybe it was
Yeah.
a disappointment. Maybe I just need to watch it again because maybe it's because I had it in such high expectations that it didn't since it didn't reach it, I was let down. But it is a great adventure. It's such a fun adventure.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what I wrote down on it, and it was kind of the reason why I gave it the little bump over the first one.
Yeah.
Obviously, the first one was very necessary for
Yeah.
this movie to, like, be what it is, but I feel like this movie is just able to take what was in the first movie and just kinda expand on it so much,
Yeah.
and that was kinda awesome to see. There were so many more, like,
I'm
plot
amending
points,
mine. I'm
different,
gonna
like.
give it. I'm gonna give it an 8 because the world building is just really incredible. It's
And
you don't see that stuff in movies anymore.
but then it doesn't average to an 8.
Okay, I'll give it
Yeah.
a 7.5. Sorry. Okay, 7.5. Average it an 8. I'm fine with an average at an 8.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah.
But it was kinda nice seeing, like, a lot more elements into it, more
Yeah.
piratey, a lot more outside forces acting,
I,
like, both neutral and,
yeah.
like, chaotic at all times.
And they super relied on the fact that it was a sequel. You know, it wasn't just like another movie that you can watch without watching the first one. You needed to have the information from the first movie going into this, and it built off of it, and it treated you a bit like an adult because it was like the stuff from the first movie. We're not going to re-explain it to you. You're just going to have to go with the information, and I really enjoy that, and I appreciate that because you don't really get that from Disney nowadays. Same with all of the gore and the literally fantastic world building up there with One Piece because
Mhm.
just like there really isn't much out there that builds stuff this way with just without like explaining it to in depth. They just kind of show it to you, and you're just gonna have to go with it. The next movie does it in a fantastic way. I'm really excited to watch that one again, and there's a scene in specific that I'm really excited to talk about. But I guess we'll get to that next week with what's it called? Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. And then
Ooh.
the following week, Pirates of the Caribbean at Stranger's Tide. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah,
Whoopee.
you are.
Yeah, I am. I only have 2 pieces of news this week. It's not because there hasn't been a lot of news, but because I got lazy and haven't been looking. So
Okay.
I apologize for that.
I have news.
You have news.
I
I
know
think
I
I
have
might.
news.
Okay. I had 2 things I was going to do to fill up time, but this works too. I'm going to say 2 things real quick. So Netflix is working on an animated series that retells Twilight from Edward Cullen's perspective.
Hmm.
So that's cool. You should tell Lily about that, Skylar. She'll get excited.
I will.
Disney is working on another Ice Age movie, which is fine, I guess. I don't know if
They're,
anyone
they're,
even saw the 5th one, but be excited for
No.
the 6th one. I don't know. All right, go with your guys' news. That was the only news I had.
I saw somebody say that Spider-Verse is getting pushed back even further.
Well, it currently doesn't have a date right now, so I don't know. I
No.
guess that technically is true. Every day it's
Yeah.
getting pushed back.
I swear I saw like 2027
It's probably going to be
as like
around then, yeah.
yeah.
I
looking forward
honestly
to
expect it to be further away because it's kind of ridiculous that they made the second one in the time frame that they did.
Yeah.
Who's gonna care about that far from now?
If
I feel
it's
like
good, then it's good, you know.
Yeah, it
Make
doesn't
it
really
good. It doesn't matter how long it takes, at least in my opinion. I'd
that's
rather
just
have
like
a
the
good
least
series than a
fun
fast
part.
series.
But like,
but
look
I
what
would
happened to
also
Invincible.
What? Well,
Look what happened
Invincible's
to
bad.
Invincible.
Like Invincible's good. Invincible's story is great. Invincible's animation was a massive letdown. It just like it's
Yeah,
not going to
that's
be
okay.
like that because
Because
they in the
like,
time they rushed the across the Spider Verse and it looks immaculate. If they give them more time, it's only going to look better.
mhm.
I didn't mean to smack talk Invincible that much. I actually have a video coming out where I talk about Invincible's animation for at least 10 minutes. um, it's not what the entire video is about, but I do talk about it for an extended period of time. We could talk about that more a little bit later. What did you have other news? Anyone?
yes,
Okay.
the PS5 Pro was
Fuck,
released.
dude. No.
I forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie. I just
That's
saw it on
crazy.
Wednesday and I already forgot about it.
Yeah,
Imagine
it's
how much that's gonna
oh,
be resold for, dude, if it's already at 1K.
I
It's our
don't know.
700.
Yeah,
It's
700.
700, but like if you want the disc drive and then that plastic base plate, you're talking about another
Yeah.
$100.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's actually
So
insane that it
and
costs that much. That's a
and
scam.
like the improvements, like if you
Nothing.
if you look on YouTube, I think on their live show, YouTube doesn't do it justice because when you stop like and you look at the frame by frame, there's practically no difference. But that could be because YouTube's like compressing it.
Right, because it's 1080p.
So there probably is a difference, and
I,
maybe
dude, I
there's a
don't
value
care
in it, but
enough. I don't
it's so much
care
money.
enough, dude. It doesn't matter to me.
It's for the enthusiasts, I'd say.
It is, yeah. I don't know. I've never liked the pro versions of consoles. I thought that's such a stupid thing to do. Just release a good
Yeah, I think that
console that holds you over until the next one. I think it's dumb to have an updated one.
Yeah,
Part
Xbox isn't doing one.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, Xbox is kind of failing
Their own thing.
pretty
Yeah.
massively, so it makes sense that it's not going to waste money on something like that and just going to the next one. Um, do you guys want to get into what we watching then?
I actually have one more thing. I don't know if you saw, but it's in relation to Sparking Zero. GT is officially confirmed to be in the base game.
Yeah, I saw some stuff about that.
Some of
It's
it.
whatever though. The GT
Yeah, I
doesn't make me
mean,
excited. I'm just like, okay, that's cool. There's
it's cool that it's
400
there.
characters.
I mean, that's kind of that part is fantastic.
Yeah, it's
But
awesome.
sadly, a lot of them are like Goku, Super Saiyan Goku,
Yeah,
Super Saiyan 2 Goku, Super Saiyan 3
yeah.
Goku, and then like
And that's
that,
stupid
which is
because you can already be Goku and then have him transform into the other ones. So like,
can you?
why have? Yeah, I've seen
Oh,
Goku.
then they probably have different movesets.
Okay, maybe I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll see when the game comes out and have fun with it. I was gonna say something else. It's gone now though. Our
I
Dokkan
didn't say
discussion
what it was.
video that we're making that's going to come up the day after this podcast comes up is a little outdated because we got an Easy A and also we got the two new LRs. So I'm going to put a thing at the beginning that's like, hey, we recorded this before then. I like the Tech Broly a lot. He's a fun card, and we don't have the other LRs, so we can't rank them anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Because we're probably not
that
going to
was
get them
just
tomorrow, bro. Let's be honest here. If we're being
unfortunate.
totally honest, we're not going to get them. It doesn't happen.
But
Okay.
regardless, it will be my best summons ever because I only need 800 stones to
That's
get
true.
a new card.
Yeah.
So
If we have enough
regardless,
content, that will give you 800 stones.
don't tell me that. Don't let me
I
know
guess
that.
that's fair. Okay. Are we doing what we're watching?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Do you mind if I go first?
go for it.
So, one thing that we did, I actually talked about it last week on the podcast because I was watching it the night after we were recording it. We watched the new Beetlejuice movie, and we have a Beetlejuice aficionado over here that is gonna come over and talk about the movie for a short period of time. Come here. Yeah. So, I real quick while she's getting up, my opinions. I honestly think it's about the exact same of the first one. It's goofy and silly and doesn't take itself seriously, but like the first one did the exact same thing. So I didn't really judge it all that much for not having like the greatest script on the world. So that's kind of how I feel about it. I think it's about the same. All right. What are your opinions of Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice. That's the right one. I also think the name's stupid, personally.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't like it.
It's better than Beetlejuice 2.
I honestly disagree with that. I think Beetlejuice 2 is better.
No, because then like the thing is you say.
Are you able to have her get
I
closer to the
I
mic?
can't hear her.
I cannot hear her.
Okay, get closer. Actually, here.
Hmm,
What? You need to have it close to you.
okay. I feel like Beetlejuice makes more sense because you have to say it like 3 times.
I-
So like it makes more sense.
Right, because
More
the
than
first
maybe-
one and then the two. Okay. What other opinions about the movie?
It's hard to compare it to the first one because I have nostalgia towards it because I've probably seen the first one like 30 times. But I'd probably rate the new one like an 8.5. Granted, I rate movies pretty high.
She does.
because
I've
I
never seen her
like-
dislike a movie
I
in
like
the
those
history of us like
movies.
watching movies.
But I base it off of not really the quality, more of just like
Entertainment value.
yeah, how I feel watching it, I guess. So it was fun, and I liked that. Like in the first one, they didn't make any of the effects kind of look real. Like the sandworm is pretty. It looks pretty fake, and like
I think they
that's
did their
part of
best. I
it.
think that was just the time period in which
I
it
don't
came
know.
out.
I think like they didn't try with a lot of things.
They probably didn't super try, but the time period also
But I
helps.
like that they kept it looking the same.
Yeah,
They didn't
that's
try to like make it look more modern.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
They just kept the look the same.
that's something I'm actually I'm making a video on Alien Romulus for you guys and the viewers, and that's something that we talked about when we watched that movie. Is that it looks almost exactly the same as the original Alien, and I do feel the same with Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, they kind of kept up with the same continuity. Continue, sorry.
I like that Beetlejuice wasn't in it like the entire movie.
Right,
They kind of kept it like he was
in the
main
original one.
character, but kind of a side character.
Right. They didn't overshot. They
And-
didn't like do the sequel thing where they take the most popular thing from the first movie and blow it into unbelievable proportions and make it boring. Continue. Sorry.
I guess the last thing, I guess just the new characters. I feel like they did a good job. Like they were a good,
What's her name?
like Jenna Ortega. She did a
Right,
good
yeah.
job.
She had good. I thought she was gonna be more depressing, like her mom, but she kind of really fit into the role a lot better than I thought. And I thought they were gonna do him getting attracted to Jenna Ortega, but I liked how he still went after the mom because that's who he was attracted to in the original one. They kept up continuity with that. I thought that his wife was a little out of nowhere, kind of sometimes. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about, but those who have seen the movie are gonna get it.
Suggested in the first one.
She is? Oh, with the finger, right? Okay, yeah, I guess that's fair, but like I don't know, it just kind of felt that was the only bit that kind of fell a little off to me, but I did enjoy it. I thought it was funny. Everyone in our theater clapped like crazy whenever the movie ended, which was that was interesting. I haven't had that experience in a movie in a while. I did kind of think to myself, really, for this one, but
There's
but
a lot of like
people who would
older,
yeah
like, that watched
he-
Beetlejuice when it first came out.
totally yeah. It definitely was what our crowd was, which is good. You want to have that crowd for like a Beetlejuice kind of movie. You don't want film critics going to watch Beetlejuice because people probably aren't gonna judge it all too well. Thank you for that. I appreciate all of your.
Do you know Winona Ryder wanted her and Beetlejuice to end up together?
What?
she
Actually?
Yeah, she said she likes the thought of them together.
Interesting. Okay, for those who might not have heard her, she said Winona help.
I'm not gonna do better. I'm the one with the speech.
Winona Ryder wanted her and Beetlejuice to end up together. Have you guys even seen the first one? Yeah, I figured not. No, Beetlejuice is like a gross ghoul, and she's like a human, and they're
Who's like the first movie.
Yeah, very young in the first movie, but interesting. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for filling in the news segment of the podcast.
Anytime.
Yeah, of course. Enjoy your book. Thank you guys for that. I appreciate it.
No problem. I was gonna riddle her with questions, but I
You're
didn't
gonna
wanna.
riddle her with questions? You could
Oh,
do that after the
absolutely.
podcast, okay? How about
Maybe.
that? You could. Okay, that sounds good.
Maybe I might be running immediately back to my couch for the
Is it
end
the
of
Dolphins
Bills
game?
Dolphins game. Yes.
Dude, I want the Dolphins to lose so badly. You have no
They are
idea.
losing, right?
You would be happy.
Good.
Yeah.
I told Mark today, I was like, Mark, I'm sorry, but your team has no chance of winning. The Bills are going to demolish you.
Heard
I
So-
don't
you
know
were
how. They
What?
are being demolished, but the Dolphins are so good right now.
Yeah,
wrong.
but
No,
they beat the
Tua
Jags.
sucks. Tua sucks.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm upset about that. Whatever. You have to let me know how that is. I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to really quickly go through my what we're watching, and then I can pass it on. So me and G just got on. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Take your time. I want to hear everything.
Okay, I will. So me and G just got onto the third season of Dairy Girls. We watched the first episode. Still really good so far. I looked into it, and apparently we're not going to get another season, so that's sad. But as long as it ends well, I'm going to be happy about it. I already talked about Beetlejuice. I'm still reading Alan Wake. I'm kind of going like a chapter a week. Excuse me. Not very fast. Sorry about that. I'm getting really busy. I've watched an episode of Kaiju number 8, so also not going through that the fastest. I've been playing actually a lot of Fortnite because I feel contractually obligated to get to level 200 now because I bought the battle pass. So I'm just like, all right, now I got to waste a lot of time in this game that I honestly am not enjoying at the moment. But that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Obviously putting way too much time and effort into Dokkan Battle every single day. And then here's a sneak peek. I don't actually know when this video is coming out because my next three couple weeks are already planned out. Like next week is the Dokkan discussion with me and Skylar. It's a new series that we started. After that is the Alien Romulus review, and then after that I think is hopefully the X-Men video finally. That's the one where I talk about Invincible. But I decided to buy the season pass for Call of Duty World War II because I've never played the 4 zombies maps that come on the season pass, and those are the only maps I've never played before. So I was like, okay, I think it might be a little bit interesting to make that into a video. So this today I filmed the first of that. I played the first of the DLCs and I recorded that. And I actually liked it a lot. And it's really funny because it's a map that everyone like unanimously hates. And I don't know. I don't really see the hate for World War II. I've been playing it a lot recently. It is actually a pretty solid zombies game. I enjoy it.
Did you ever play that one DLC that I think it comes with, but you're like stuck in a little house?
Groston House? No, that's not a DLC.
Bro,
You get that for
it's
doing an
so
Easter egg.
hard.
You've played it before.
It's
How'd you do
so
it?
hard. Well, my buddy and I, when we played the map that they give you, I guess it's the only one.
Yeah, the Final
we would
Reich.
get to the final boss, but we would die. We've never been able to beat him. I
Right.
guess we somehow unlocked the house.
Oh,
somehow.
nice,
Did we
cool.
do that?
I actually, so I'm not an Easter egg kind of guy. I'm usually a high round kind of guy. Actually, in my video, my first attempt at the Darkest Shore, I figured out how to open Pack-a-Punch basically without a guide. I used the guide for a small period, but I stopped at the second I found out what I was missing about it. Like I watched all the way up into where I was at, and I saw the next tiny piece, and I was like, okay, I got it. And then I figured it out the rest myself because it was a stupid thing that I was missing. It was because I was being an idiot. But I just got to round 30, and then I was like, all right, I've been filming for an hour and a half. I'm gonna end the thing there. So I ended it. But I've never done the Easter egg, so I have never unlocked Groston House. We should do that. That should be what the video is.
We should.
Yeah.
The Groston House, it's hard. It's
No,
so
I meant
hard.
like doing the Easter egg to get me Groston
I want to
House.
beat the boss so bad.
Yeah, we could
I
do
wanna
that in the
it.
video. I could pull Corey. He's a really good zombies player. He could help with us.
I've only ever played that final right going through the Easter
Yeah,
egg.
that
I've
one.
only ever done that. Yeah.
Well, the Final Right is the only one that like guides you through it.
Yes, it does technically guide you through. I still needed a guide.
No, of course. Yeah, no, I actually kind of like that. That's something Black Ops 6 is doing. They're giving everyone like 2 weeks to figure it out, and then after 2 weeks, they're going to make it a guided Easter egg.
It's definitely helpful. It's
Yeah.
hard. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Have you ever done it then?
No, I've never done the Easter egg. I just was
Oh,
saying
that's
that.
gonna be so fun.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I've never unlocked Groston House. I've never done the Easter egg. I just like high rounds. I
Corey's
think.
done it, right?
Huh?
Corey's done it?
No, he's just a good zombies player.
Okay. So interesting. I feel like of all people, I would be the last one to know the Easter egg. But I guess you said you never done you don't do the Easter
I
egg.
don't do Easter eggs. I only do Easter eggs on like my favorite maps, and clearly World War II wasn't one of my favorite experiences that I like. I was level whenever I came back to it, I was like level 10. I only played like 5 levels of the Final Reich. For some reason, it just didn't click back then, but now I kind of like it. I think it's pretty fun.
It's fun. I love it so much.
Yeah, the mechanics are a lot better. Well, once you understand everything and read it and figure out what to do and how to make a good loadout, it actually is a really good zombie system. I think it's one of the better ones. I just didn't want to do that as a kid because I was like, oh, it's different than Black Ops 3. I'm not fucking touching this garbage shit. I was not interested at all. But now I actually made a really good setup, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of fire. I like this.
When do we want to? I know, like we're still on the pod, but like when do we want to record that?
I got no clue, bro.
What's everyone's Sunday look like?
Sunday. I could probably do it at like okay, Skylar's out.
Guys, football, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How about a Wednesday?
And I
We have
You have
volleyball.
soccer. God damn it. No, you have volleyball. Okay.
We have volleyball.
Could we do like a Thursday morning?
I have nothing till 2.
Skylar?
Don't fold on us. Don't fold on us.
Hey
don't
Chandler,
fold. No,
me and you
this
could
was
just
the
do it.
last like 3 Thursdays I've had appointments. But this one I
Skylar, you're
don't.
completely fine. Chandler, how about me and you just do it? No, you could
I said I'm
join.
good.
You're good?
I said I was good.
Okay.
And you told me I was fine.
Dude, I was saying. Oh, sorry. No, I was saying you're fine because like I thought you couldn't do it. You were like I had appointments.
No, the last 3.
Oh,
I've
but
had
you're
appointments.
good now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Oh.
we can do it. I was gonna say we'll pull you for the high round, but like, yeah, this works too. Obviously, we want you here with it.
Sky, can I tell you something real quick?
Yeah.
I have a Cook on the Bills, and he has 27 points from me.
Oh, I know. I'm playing him.
Oh no! No.
Mm.
I'm chilling right now. I
um,
was projected to lose this game, and now I'm projected to win.
The person I am playing texted me in the middle of this and said, Zach, do you care if I swear? He said, get fucked. And that was it. That was it. I got that in the middle of the podcast, and I was like, all right. Well,
I bet you're feeling real good right now, Skylar.
yeah, great.
Heck yeah.
All right, is that all of what you had to say, Zach?
Yes, go ahead. You're up now. Okay. What have you been watching this last week?
I think 3 things. I haven't finished Rising the Shield Hero, but I got to the part where I realized I've lost all interest in it, and it's still within the first season. So
whoa,
I'm content.
The first season was good.
Well, the first season's good until I think like the last 2 episodes.
Okay.
It felt like the villain or his revenge arc or whatever you want to call it, wherever that part was.
Yeah.
It kind of ended, and now he's been clean, he's
like rebuilding. Yeah.
Right. Well, like his actions have been. I don't know. Whatever happened, like Queen cleansed him, right?
Right.
So he's a free guy, But after that, I lost completely all interest. So I'm done with that. I moved on to Reincarnated as Slime, and my cousins always recommended it like forever, and I've never like even given it a shot because Slime Reincarnated. I never understood the premise, but now I'm hooked. It is so good.
I've heard it was good. Yeah.
He's so freaking powerful. Like, there's a couple scenes where it's like, damn, like he has aura emanating from him. And
yeah.
It's like, shit. I'm looking forward to what's gonna happen next because he can just murk some people.
Right.
And the whole premise of how he kind of unlocks abilities and stuff and evolves, if you will, it's just OPS. There's nothing like he's kind of like One Punch Man in my opinion. Like, he could go toe to toe. I think he could beat One Punch Man. Take that back. Yes, he has an ability, bro. I'm telling you, he can probably defeat anyone. I could say he could defeat anyone. At this point in the show.
Interesting. Okay. What else have you watched this week?
And the last thing is From. FROM. I don't know how I looked into it, but I went on. I think I just watched or I was doom scrolling on YouTube,
Mhm.
and I ran into like maybe like a little ad. I think it was an ad where a lady was like, "Oh, if you like watching Lost, you'll love this show too." And it's like kind of one of those cheesy paid advertisements almost, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
piqued my interest enough. I went
Whoa,
to the
this is
comments
this is
section.
good reviews too.
Yeah, it's fire. I'm only like maybe 2 or 3 episodes
What the
in.
hell is
2
this?
episodes in. It's good. It's so good. I'm looking so forward to it.
Dude,
Like
this looks
think about that.
fucked.
It's good. It's dark too. It's dark. Like it's crazy. I can't say much because you find out things. Yeah, it's creepy. You guys want to hear like I'll give you like the synopsis on what the like if you were to look up the movie and its description or the show and its description, this is what you would hear. Essentially, it's like visitors come at night and you aren't to let them in the door or you'll die. That's
Yeah.
pretty much the concept. And like they'll pretend to be your friends and stuff. I
And
don't
then
think
they'll
they can
kill you.
I don't know if they can
Wow.
really it's just, like one lady was like, "Oh, I'm your grandma," and she's like, "You're not my grandma," and it's like, "But you should still open your window," that kind of thing. And yeah, it's really good. It's still very good, and yeah, I love it. It's reminding me a little bit like Lost, and I love that. I binged that show with my mom forever ago. That's all.
Skylar?
I haven't been up to too much aside from just One Piece,
What a
but
loser. Sorry, that slipped out. I
yeah,
didn't mean to say
I
that.
know. I know. It's been bad. I've been so just like annoyingly busy the last like 2 weeks. But I'm on chapter 801. So
Schmoovin.
in what feels like the home stretch to get caught up here.
300 chapters,
So
yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I don't know. I was gonna say I think Wano is soon, but I actually don't think it is. I think I'm like 100 something
You and Whole
away.
Cake?
No,
Okay, then you have a minute.
I'm right. Yeah, I was gonna say I think I'm right before where
Yeah.
Chandler's left off. Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
So yeah, so that's where I'm at, and then I'm playing a lot of volleyball. That's pretty much the joke.
Hell yeah,
Got my
bro.
knee checked out by my doctor today, and that's pretty much it.
How was that? How's your doctor go? If you want to talk about it. That's not media.
Yeah, it's not. But if they're really curious, I do have patella tendonitis in my right knee,
Oh, that sucks, dude.
so it's just something I got to deal with. All my ligaments and
Just quit
tendons
volleyball
are
and get a
intact.
adjustable base.
No, or the host could buy one and then give it to his co-stars for being insanely loyal over the years.
If the host made goddamn money on the podcast, I would be paying you in adjustable bases. So many so that it would crumble you.
That's fine. I can wait for that day.
I hope that day comes. That would be nice.
Yeah.
If you guys want that day to arrive where I squash Skylar in an adjustable basis for his bed, please subscribe and
smash
like.
that like button.
Yeah, make sure to smash
Yeah.
that like button.
Smash that like
Exactly.
button. And then we'll make sure to make that video where I go
we squash
and try to lay
Skylar
on 15 adjustable bases.
and have him
Yeah,
lay on
and
top of
get
Skylar.
squished.
He gets squished.
Cartoon hospital bed style.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's him. Alrighty. Does everyone have their quarrels out for this week, they think?
Maybe. Sky, did they advise you on what to do with your knees? Or did they not say anything?
Yeah.
What'd they say?
I'll tell you after.
What the fuck?
Okay.
No, I
you
mean,
going out.
you can feel free to talk about it, I guess. Like, I don't know. Is someone interested in what? Say it, Skylar, say it.
Chandler also has patella tendonitis, so
Say
that
it.
was the real stinger here.
Say it, Skylar, do it.
Who knows? Our audience want to listen to it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
This
what?
might be
Yeah,
useful
you know what? If,
information.
for any of you out there who have patella tendonitis from playing volleyball,
Or
just
any other
know
sport.
that you can also get it from soccer, basketball, and soccer, volleyball, basketball. I got a thick 5-page packet. Yeah, you get this from volleyball, basketball, soccer, track and field. You can also get it from training too hard or having tight thigh muscles.
What the fuck?
So, I mean, it's on the sheet. Um, so, you have tendonitis if one, all your ligaments and tendons are indeed intact, because the pain you might be feeling might be a tear in your meniscus, one of your tendons, or potentially a blown ACL.
Chandler is
So,
fucking locked in right now, dude. He is
so if you
interested in this information.
you would feel an immense amount of pain for more than just whenever you play volleyball, to the point where you're like, it's definitely gone. Like, there's no way my ACL is here right now. Like, there would not be a doubt.
How do you fix it,
Um,
Skylar?
so it depends. Like, if we're at practice or at training, you're gonna want to probably put on like a sleeve to try and like help with the support, because it's overused. It isn't healing fast enough, then you are destroying it.
So
So
it's because you're stupid.
no, because it also doesn't exactly heal quickly, because it is not a
Take more breaks
muscle.
then.
It's take more breaks. That is one of them. One of them on here says, do not use it to support your body weight if it is that injured. You have to make sure to give your body rest time between periods of activity.
Skylar's
That you
giving
might,
a
and the
10th
next
grade health
little line is, you
presentation.
may need to reduce how often you play this sport that requires frequent jumping.
Yeah.
So if you are jumping a lot and you're like, man, it really hurts to jump, you might not want to jump. So,
Skylar
little
does not
basic
listen to
info
this
there.
advice.
I do not listen to this advice. I am playing instead. I went up from twice a week to 3 times a week, hoping that will fix it, and we're gonna stick with that. But another one is to place a towel between your skin and the bag, and then put ice over top of your leg and ice it for 20 minutes, 2 to 3 times a day. And the second your skin turns red, take the ice off. At that point, you are now damaging it more than you are helping it. So, immediate red flag. So
That's
that
too
is a
much.
great one. You also should move your toes often to reduce the
Chandler, what did
stiffness
you
and
say?
swelling in that area.
It's too much. That requires too much with the icing.
The icing, that. And
Yeah,
then
'cause, like,
that's not even it, because you're also
I think
supposed to keep your knee, which goes back to the adjustable base. Your knee has to be over your heart whenever you're sitting or lying down. So if you have an adjustable base,
We can squash
you're able
Skylar
to
with
sleep
it.
like that.
Okay, I'm getting bored of this knee talk. We're gonna end the podcast now. As everyone else have their quarrels out other than this knee
You were the
stuff.
one who you
I
both were
I
the
know
ones
I
telling me
greenlight
that.
I greenlighted it, but I immediately regretted it.
Yeah, I didn't know why you wanted
I'm
to hear
sorry.
it, but no, I was.
Well, I
I
didn't.
got the
I don't know. I
information,
thought it
so
was gonna be like a quick 1 minute, like make sure you keep your knee elevated, put ice on it. But it was more complicated than that.
yeah, it's a little bit more complicated
Yeah,
because
I
it's
know.
tendonitis,
I
not
know.
just
It's a
an
big
you didn't
deal.
sprain
I
your
know. It's a
ankle.
big deal. I'm sorry.
It's not a big deal.
by stopping, I feel like we're disappointing our viewers so much that we should scan every page that Sky has, and Zach, you can upload them.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not scanning every single page. It has a lot of my personal information
Dude, I'm
on
not
that.
doing that. What I'm gonna do actually instead is ask you guys if you have all your quarrels out other than the knee stuff.
Well, yeah, my next quarrel's with Chandler. I don't want the audience knowing that I'm 6'4", 250 pounds, with a 10% body fat index, with stellar pulse and oxygen saturation. I do not want them to know all this information about me.
All right, we'll see you guys next week with Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. It was great to see you guys. I guess we'll see you later. Goodbye.